After months of seeing all that construction in the back of Dollywood and wondering what on earth is going on, seeing how huge that plot of land is, we finally know that Dollywood will be making their largest expansion ever in 2019 with the addition of Wildwood Grove, an all-new area featuring 11 attractions, a roller coaster, and it all comes at a high cost of $37 million. That is insane. If you're wondering where most of that money is going, it's likely into the theming, because Dollywood is really pushing the whole Wildwood Grove theme. It's essentially like a mystical, fairy tale-like area where you have a variety of different colors, lots of purples, lush greenery. It's essentially a forest, but kind of mystical-like. I really don't know how to describe it. I mean, Dollywood has always been all about the butterflies and family entertainment and whatnot, and they do a great job at theming. So they're kind of straying away from the typical southern theme that you get with most of the areas, and this is kind of like a magical land. It's essentially a beefed up Planet Snoopy. Like if you took Planet Snoopy but actually made it like 10 times better. Like after Wildwood Grove opens, I don't think Kings Island Planet Snoopy deserves the golden ticket for best kids area because this looks amazing. And I say it's a kids area because most of the rides really are geared towards the kids. The only exception I would make to that is Dragon Flier, but I'm going to get to that later. So let's really dive into this area. So if you've been in Dollywood in the past few months, you know where this is in the park. It's essentially the back half of the train loop. We do have the right side of the train loop. That is not where this area is going. Although the rumor has always been that Dollywood long-term hopes to develop that plot of land too. But one thing they mentioned with this addition is that this is kind of the end of their $300 million investment into the park. They are planning on spending that much over a period of 10 years, but they've actually condensed it down to 6 years. They're spending that ahead of schedule. So it's kind of sad that this is going to be the last major thing going to Dollywood because the past few years they've been spending a ton and that park has changed a lot. It really is amazing. And I think this area is going to be absolutely incredible, but it is kind of sad when it's like, oh, we probably won't be getting any humongous additions after this for at least a little bit. So again, it's going in the back left part of the park. The entrance is going to be by Mystery Mine before you get to Dropline. You can already see where the path for that is going to be. They've done most of the land clearing, all those trees are gone. They flattened it out and vertical construction has begun. The first building currently going up is going to be a giant play structure. Those who know Dollywood know that there have been actually 2 past play structures in the park that both have since been removed. Most recently, we have the one that was taken out for Fire Chaser Express. So it's nice that we're finally getting a new one. They are calling it Hidden Hollow. It is 4,000 square feet of play space. It's all indoors, going to be climate controlled. It's going to be really nice. If you've been to Silver Dollar City with Fireman's Landing, I imagine it'll be something like that. I mentioned how there's 11 different attractions. It's a total of 6 rides. Because again, things like Hidden Hollow are not actually rides, but it is an attraction. There's also a water play structure, and kind of getting into the rides a bit. First, we have Treetop Tower. We've seen these at a couple of parks. It takes riders up about 40 feet, and for this one, you're actually in Acorns, so that's pretty cool. And it kind of takes you around. It's a real mild attraction, but it'll be nice. It'll give people kind of a cool view. And next we have Sycamore Swing. This is essentially your Viking ship attraction. For this, they're actually theming it to a leaf, so that's kind of interesting. But they're saying that because leaves, when they fall, it kind of swings back and forth, and so that's kind of where they get their theme from. It's actually kind of clever in my opinion. And then we have Frogs and Fireflies. Kind of a bouncy little frog ride that goes in circles, and they're saying that it's so that you can catch Franklin Frog, whoever that is. So that's alright. I mean, again, one of the more milder rides here. Another ride that I think is going to be a big hit and is a great fit for Dollywood. About time they add one of these things. They're getting a pair of Larson Flying Scooters. This is called Mad Mockingbird. And these are going to be great, but I'm thinking that because it's in a kids area, we probably won't be able to snap them, which is kind of a shame. I don't know how extreme these are going to be. Like, are they going to be Knoebels level flyers, or are they going to be like toned down Canada's Wonderland flyers, you know? So we'll have to wait and see, but nonetheless, I do think that it is a really nice addition to Dollywood. Probably one of the better rides that they're putting in this area. And this one, besides the roller coaster, is my personal favorite. We have Black Bear Trail. This is your moose on the loose kind of ride. I've actually done some of these before, and they're kind of fun. I did the one at Heidi Park in Peppa Pig Land. So in this, you're riding on a little dinosaur, and it's kind of bobbing up and down. It's a real tame ride meant for kids, but it's kind of fun. For those asking, no, it is not a roller coaster, but I like Black Bear Trail. And it's a different type theme. We haven't seen one of these themed to black bears before, at least as far as that I know of. There is one at Hansa Park themed to horses, and Darien Lake is the only one in America that I can think of, and that's themed to moose, or meese, or something like that. Whatever the plural of a moose is. Comment below if you know the plural of moose. So it's really nice that we're getting a brand new version. It's coming to Dollywood. So I like that a lot. And finally, we have Dragon Flier. Those who have been to Farup Summerland know that this is a clone of Canon. This is a pretty cool ride. This is a Vekoma suspended coaster, and this looks like a step above what you think of when you ride one of these things. Like, sure, you have your Flying Ace, and yeah, you have a step up with that with Freedom Flyer, but now take that a step further. That's what this is. This looks like a thrill ride, if you ask me. The layout is very cool. Here's an animation released from Farup Summerland of it. And what's kind of funny is I don't know what color this ride is going to be, because in the graphics there are two different color schemes shown. One of them, it is green, and then in a different one it's pink. So I don't really know what kind of track color we're getting with Dragon Flyer. I think pink would actually be kind of funny because it's so different. But if I had to take a guess, it'll probably end up being green. But for those coaster enthusiasts out there, here are your stats. We have a height of 63 feet, a max speed of 47 miles per hour, length of 1,486 feet, and at one point you hit 3.5 Gs. That is pretty impressive. The layout is actually quite good. I'm typically not huge with cloned rides, but this one I have no problem with. There's only a couple of these out there. There's one at Energylandia, one going to Happy Valley. So it's pretty cool that Dollywood is getting one. It's the only one in America with that layout. So I personally have no problem with it. It'll be a really nice addition to Dollywood. It's something different, because they don't have an inverted coaster. So this isn't exactly your B&M invert. It doesn't go upside down or anything, but I think this is going to be a welcome addition. Only thing I'm worried about is capacity. It's my understanding that this only runs one train, so maybe it'll be possible for them to like modify the layout slightly so that it can run two trains, or maybe they'll just have two trains for it and won't have to modify it. I'm not quite sure, but if it does only have one train, that is definitely a concern, especially since this whole Wildwood Grove area, I'm guessing, is going to be packed when it opens. Now, we don't exactly know when it is going to open. They did not say. Typically, Dollywood likes to get their attractions open for opening day, which is in March, but seeing where the progress is at now, yeah, they've made considerable progress, but I just don't see this being open for March, especially since there's so much. I am going to take a guess and say that this will be open in May. We will have to wait and see. I think it'd be awesome if all of this does open in March, but because they're putting so much attention to detail into this land, I would be surprised if it opened before May. And the final thing I really want to touch on before I wrap this up is how they're really pushing that this area is going to look fabulous at night. And I personally cannot wait. This theming looks great, and it looks like the perfect type of setting where you could do a great Christmas overlay, have lots of multicolored lights shine on this big tree that you're going to have in the center. All of this is already giving me Pandora vibes, and I love Pandora. And obviously I'm not expecting the level of detail to be quite what Pandora is, but I imagine this area is going to look super cool at night. I can't wait. So that's kind of my take on Wildwood Grove and Dragon Flyer and everything in between going to Dollywood in 2019. If you're looking to watch all those promotional videos Dollywood released, you can check them out on their YouTube channel with full audio. Full credit to the park for making those. Of course, if you're interested in checking out more analyses on my channel, you can go and check those out in a playlist. And as more coasters and attractions are announced for parks for 2019, I'll be sure to do a video on them. So stay tuned for those. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll catch you guys later.